Hi, right now I want to show you how to use a program that we just installed called Undelete 360. This program is very simple to use. It's a Windows program. I've got an icon for it on the desk. I can also find it in the Programs menu, my Start menu. And when I go to start this up, I may, depending on where I'm recovering, need to run as an administrator. For undeleting files from a flash drive, which is what I'm going to do today, that's not going to be necessary. First of all, let me open up my flash drive. I've got one that's blank here, and I'm going to copy a folder into it. This is the project folder from the other week from the email demo. If I open that, you notice I have a file here called project description, and that project description file just says this is a sample file, but it is a properly functioning Word document. I'm going to close that. Now what I'm going to do with this, it's out on my removable disk, is I'm going to hit the delete key and delete it, and that brings up a warning. Are you sure you want to permanently delete this file? As you remember, flash drives don't have a recycle bin usually, so when you delete something from them, they're just gone. So I'm going to click that and say yes. You notice my recycle bin is still empty. There's no file in there, so that file now is just gone. So let's see if we can't get that back with Undelete 360 now that we've got it installed. I'm going to copy that, and then to prepare, I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder on my desktop called Recovered. You don't have to do this, but I like knowing where my recovered files are going to go. Now if you see, the folder doesn't have anything in it yet. I'm going to start up Undelete 360, and I'll show you how that works. I'm going to have to pause the video for just a second while this starts, because otherwise the security features of Windows are going to interrupt my screen capture program. So hang on just a second. Alright, here's what the program looks like when you first open it up. Notice you have several different buttons here. You can recover files, wipe files. You can read about wiping files. That's for a secure delete so that it's not undeletable if you want to get rid of some file permanently. Most of the time you're not going to want to do that because you're going to want the ability to recover a file that's been accidentally deleted. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and click the recover button here in a minute, but first we've got to start with search because we've got to find files before we can undelete them. Now here we can choose different disks. Now I'm running this from drive C, so if I were to try to use drive C, I'd get probably a warning. I'm going to go to my removable, click on that, and then I'm going to tell this to start looking for files there by clicking the start button. And you see how this is going through, and it's found this project description docx, a Word document here, in the project folder. Now if you remember, that project folder was empty. We deleted the file a second ago. So I'm going to click on this. See the little box here? I'm going to check that. The status is very good. That's because once I realized it was deleted, I didn't do anything else with the disks. So the very good means pieces of it aren't overwritten by other files, which would make it probably impossible to recover if it wasn't in good shape. It's also very recent. So now that I've clicked on that, I can go ahead and go up to this recover button, and that's going to ask me where I want to recover things, and I'm going to pull this just to make sure I've typed that name correctly. Yep, the recovered folder. Probably this is not going to just come up for you. I've used this program before and I always make a recovered folder. That's why mine says that. I can tell it to keep the folder structure. If there were a lot of files that had been accidentally deleted, say a folder with a bunch of subfolders and files that I deleted by accident, I would want to do that. For this I'm just going to have it recover the file. So I'll click this start button up here and goes through. It's 100% done. It's green. Files recovered 1, file skipped 0. Only asked for 1. So I'm going to close that down, and now I can go into my flash drive again, into my project folder, my old project folder, excuse me. My recovered folder is here. You see, there it is, project description. I can open it up. See, it's got the text in it. It is the correct one. So then I can drag that back over and put it back on the flash drive where it was. No harm, no foul. I got my file.